This is char cloth, a useful fire starting tool. I'm igniting it here with a dead lighter. You can also ignite it with a magnifying glass, 2 rocks, a ferro rod, or any kind of spark. There's nothing like sitting by the fire. One of my favorite ways to make a fire is with a fire piston. It's an ancient fire starting technology that has been found by archaeologists in Neanderthal sites. It utilizes compressed oxygen to ignite char cloth or some other kind of tinder like chaga mushrooms found on birch trees. It was the inspiration for the diesel engine. You pack a little char cloth in the end of the rod of the piston. There's a little O-ring to create a tight seal. These are great for wet and windy conditions where a Bic lighter or a ferro rod might not work as well. I slam the fire piston, which heats up oxygen and ignites the char cloth in the tip. I transfer that char cloth to some char cloth in a nest of newspaper. This is packing paper. You can use grass, cattails, whatever kind of tinder, and you can blow it into a fire. There's no hurry once the char cloth is ignited. I'm going to move it over to my 2 logs, which I've set down. I took Sasha for a walk and picked up a handful of sticks, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to blow this into a fire. Notice I'm building a fire on top of a couple of logs. This is so the coals burn down as the fire burns. Earlier in the day, I cut up a sheet of 100% cotton, which is a key element, into little squares, and I'm loading it into some tins with a hole poked in the top of the lid.
Somebody come out. I'm gonna drive out here.
It takes about 10 or 15 minutes for these to be done. Once smoke or flame are no longer coming out the top, that's when you know it's done, when there's no activity. It's been about 2 hours now, and I'm on the last batch of about half a sheet I cut up, which gives me a pretty big yield of char cloth. Some refer to this as the Neanderthal Bic.